at which there is a little surprise.
Yo, what's good, YouTube? You know who it is, it's your boy Spril here. And right now, I'm just gonna, I don't know what to put in the background, so I'm gonna talk about the trade deadline and all the stuff that happened. So it looks like JJ Redick is going to Dallas. That is huge, because Luka is an amazing playmaker. He's amazing at driving and kicking out. He's just an amazing player. So like, JJ Redick being on that team is pretty good pickup. Really solid right there. Looks like the Miami Heat had added Victor Oladipo and they got rid of Avery Bradley and Kelly Olynyk. And damn, they've been talking about this trade for so long and it has finally happened. It's huge because like the Miami Heat is a solid organization. Jimmy Butler is one of the best stars to play with, especially if you're putting in work, and Victor Oladipo is going to put in that work. He's going to fit into that culture without a doubt. They're that scoring that they can rely on. They got that lockdown defense still. The Miami Heat are looking nice. I doubt they're going to get past the Nets, though. I mean, this pickup would have been nice for last year when they were in the finals, but man, you got to compete. God, this team really does not really. Man, I hate making new builds on 2K. They treat you like you're a pile of junk. I literally got like, this is my 6th build, and just all the other builds won championships. This build's weird. So Kyle Lowery and Lonzo Ball hasn't been traded yet. I don't know about Kyle Lowery, but I know Lonzo Ball, they should keep him for this year, especially if they're going to try to do a playoff push, because with him and Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram, that's a nice trio to grow with. They're all young players. They're all going to get really good. I mean, a lot of speculations that people think that Lonzo may leave at the end of this year, maybe go join his brother potentially, who knows. But if we're talking about this year, I wouldn't trade him, especially because he was part of the main things that you guys accepted for Anthony Davis. So like, it'll be very idiotic to get rid of an amazing point guard who can run the floor and keep everyone involved. Why get rid of that? Especially him and Zion. You're talking about the best lob threat in the league, because them two together is going to be ridiculous. The way Lonzo passes the ball, he puts it on the money every single time. And freaking Zion can jump out of this gym and go get that ball. Why would you want to separate that, especially since Lonzo Ball has incredibly got his three-pointer better. He has a remarkable shot now. You can see he put in the work. He went from shooting from the left. His elbow's starting to get a little bit more tucked in, and it's looking really clean, and it's only going to get better. Remember, he is a young player, and he's going to be a big asset one day. Everyone's giving up on him too soon, but you guys got to remember that man did not have a good coach to trust him, and he didn't put the system on him and let him run the tempo. Because Lonzo has his own tempo. That's Lonzo tempo. You can't tell him, hey, do a different tempo, because it's not going to work out. Come on, man. So I wouldn't get rid of him, but I don't own the Pelicans, so I mean, it's up to them. It'll be idiotic, I would think. But hey, if they do, whatever team's going to get Lonzo Ball or Kyle Lowry, they're going to be one lucky team, because those are two phenomenal players. I know Kyle Lowry is a little bit older, but he can add a lot of veteran type of style to the new team that he's going to go to, if he goes to a new team. Man, Rajon Rando for Lou Will? Man, the Clippers have got better, because remember, everyone knows how Rando is in the playoffs, and we all know how Paul George is in the playoffs. I know Kawhi had that meltdown. I'm not going to put it down on his whole career, because he has hardware, he has the accolades, and he is a phenomenal player, and he worked his ass off in the playoffs. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. But Paul George, man, I went to go see Paul George play in real life. Man, he can't miss, man. I think I went and seen him play against the Phoenix Suns and drop. I believe he dropped like 30 points, and Russell Westbrook dropped a 42-point triple-double. I remember that. But man, Paul George is an amazing player, and I'm surprised he had a meltdown like that in the playoffs. By adding Rajon Rondo, and Paul George is on a mission, Kawhi's on a mission, you know what? They have a chance too, man. I wouldn't write them off just because of last year's breakdown, especially with this new pickup. And then Lou Williams go play with Trae Young. Oh, that's gonna look nice. I don't know if they're gonna start him or keep Lou as a six-man. I don't know how they're gonna do the lineup. We're used to the lineup that the Clippers picked for him, but we'll see. So it looks like there is a three-way trade that lands George Hill in Philadelphia and Austin Rivers to OKC. That's a really interesting moves. I don't think OKC really needs Austin Rivers. I think they're planning on getting ready for all their draft picks that they got and obtained from last year. So, but we'll see. I don't know. That's interesting. George Hill to Philadelphia. That's a really good pickup. George Hill is a really solid veteran. And then New York received Terrence Ferguson. So that was how it went with the three-way trade between Philadelphia, New York, and OKC. Norman Powell headed to Portland. That's really good. Adds shooting to the Blazers, especially surrounded with Damian Lillard. That's going to be really solid. That's a really good pickup. And Toronto got Gary Trent Jr., at Rodney Hood. It's pretty decent. That's a good trade. One of the biggest trades that happened is that Aaron Gordon, with the big trade with Orlando, has ended up on the Denver Nuggets. That's nasty. That's an A-plus trade right there. Aaron Gordon is a really solid player. He can jump out this gym. He can spread the floor. He can play defense. Man, that's exactly what the Denver Nuggets need, especially with Jokic on the team. But man, that team is pretty loaded if you really think about it. They got Bobo. He's nasty. They got Michael Porter Jr. He's nasty. They got Jokic, Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon. They are solid. They have to be pretty decently solid to come back from a 3-1 deficit a couple times and won playoffs. I know they really felt like they had it against the Lakers. I know there was a gentleman's sweep, but they really thought they had a chance. Like they're one more piece away, and they're thinking that it's Aaron Gordon. So we're gonna see how it happens in the playoffs. It's a really solid pickup. I'm pretty sure no Nuggets fan have a problem with it. So that's insane. And then Boston has shooting. They get Evan Fournier. I can never say his name right, so you go ahead and roast me in the comments if you want. But he goes to Boston. It's a decent pickup. They lost their rebounding, and then I don't know. I guess it just evens out. It's not really a big difference, but hey, he's a solid ass player. So we'll see. We're just gonna see how it's gonna happen. That's the only way you can find out about this stuff. No matter what numbers are thrown in our face, the only way we can see is just how it happens, like the eye test and all that. I know numbers matter and stuff, but I mean, hey, this is basketball. It's a sport. It originally started as being a sport, not math. But hey, we'll see. Might end up working out. The chemistry might boost up. You never know. It's basketball. It's just how it works. Chicago gets Nikola Vucevic. Damn. Orlando got rid of everybody. Jeez, they're going for a rebuild, man. I mean, Wendell Carter Jr. and Otto Porter, they're solid players. But now that Zach LaVine, and now he got Nikola Vucevic, and man, Bulls looking pretty a little decent too. But I don't know, man. This year looks like it's the Brooklyn Nets. No matter which trades I look at, I just think it's the Brooklyn Nets if the Lakers don't stay healthy. The only ones that have a chance is if the Lakers stay healthy. That's the only way I can see it happening. Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't think the Bucks are gonna do it. Giannis is a phenomenal player. He's once in a generational talent. But that Nets team, man, it's a super team on steroids, man. This is like reminding me a little bit of the Warriors, maybe a little bit better offensively. They're not better defensively because, don't get it twisted, the Golden State Warriors defense was insane, especially with Klay Thompson. KD stepped up, Draymond Green. You know how it was. It was one of the best teams. But this super team is just looking ridiculous on the offensive side. It doesn't even matter what defense is played because you're not stopping them. You're not going to go toe-to-toe with them when it comes to shooting the lights out. It's not going to happen. So I don't really see any of these teams beating the Nets. But this trade deadline was really crazy. Especially, I forgot to mention that Javale Mcgee is also went to Denver. And that also stacks a lot more for Denver. They had a really solid trade deadline. They really did. They got Aaron Gordon, JaVale McGee. JaVale's solid. I know you guys think of JaVale McGee as a meme, but he puts in that work. All of his teammates like him. He has no excuses. Sometimes he does stuff goofy, but hey, man, that's just how he plays. But when it comes down to it, he's a rim protector, and he can defend that rim with his life. He can shoot threes, but he doesn't. No one lets him. But if you're bored, just look up JaVale McGee shooting threes. I mean, I'm not gonna go too crazy over it because every NBA player can do that. That's just what NBA compared to normal people is. But yeah, man, JaVale, really solid pickup for the Nuggets. That's really good. They had a really good trade. That's all really for like the big, huge trades. There's been a lot of tiny ones that I probably didn't miss, and I'm sorry for those players if you happen to be listening to this, which I doubt it. But if you are, if I didn't mention your name, I am sorry. It's just more than likely I couldn't pronounce it, and I didn't want to make a fool of myself. But yeah, man, that was a great trade deadline. This NBA season is pretty exciting. Even though we have a crazy super team going on, and Lakers, they have a super team too. But I mean, if we're being honest, the Nets have a really more stacked roster. But still a solid year overall. The 76ers, they're looking amazing. Yeah, I wish they played like that back against Toronto because I had a bet for them, and then Kawhi Leonard hit that shot. Thank you, Kawhi. But for real, Joel Embiid has stepped up. He's doing better with the whole injury thing because it wasn't the problem of him being at MVP level. His problem was being on the court. Because I remember when he first came around, he would play 15 minutes, get 22 points, nearly 10 boards, like that instantly. He's talented. It's just his problem is being on the court. And Ben Simmons is a solid point guard. He needs more respect. I don't understand why a lot of people don't have respect for him. Just because he doesn't shoot the three ball doesn't mean jack. He brings a lot to a team. He's a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. He is also a phenomenal passer. And he can drive like no other player in this league. He is a solid player, so stop getting it twisted and thinking he sucks just because he can't hit a three ball. But yeah, man, I was just doing this off the dome. I had no script, no nothing. I was just playing 2K, so if I did sound a little distracted, that was why. Like this video if you want to see more content like this. And if you want, you can hit that post notification bell. It'll really help a lot. I'm trying to get more views, trying to get more likes, subscribers. I'm trying to hit the YouTube algorithm. So I really appreciate if you guys help me with that. But yeah, that's pretty much about it. It's your boy Spril. I'll see you guys next episode.